Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today again. And today I am talking to beautiful Rita Savoia. She's the happiness, health, just tell me what you are, the health happiness hacker. Okay, so Rita is a certified nutritionist, functional breathing coach, yoga instructor, workplace well-being consultant, speaker, and mental health and longevity advocate. So I'm not even going to read more of the bio because I'm going to hand this all over to you to tell people about yourself. So first of all, we'll just start with a quick question about what makes you feel alive today, Rita.
Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you, Erin. I'm so happy to be here with you and share what keeps me alive. So what keeps me alive is I'm helping as many people as I can, and that's my mission and purpose in life, to embrace self-care, to really embrace, embody self-care, taking care of themselves, especially us women. We usually put ourselves last most often, and that really self-care is not selfish, it's self-love. And the more self-love you can have for yourself, the more you will be in alignment and living your highest vibrating life, because then you are doing what you love and what you do. So I'm super happy to be sending this message out, to be living this message myself, and helping as many people as I can to really embrace this and allowing them to remove the interference, all this noise, so then that their body's innate intelligence can self-heal. And I've done this for myself. I've helped many family members, and I'm also helping a lot of clients do this. So allowing that body's innate intelligence to help us self-heal and really live the life that we deserve. So that's what keeps me going every day.
I love that, Rita. And you've helped me so much too. I mean, I love it. So please tell us your whole story and even the rest of your bio. I mean, you're amazing and you've helped me so much already. It's like, wow, just having my few encounters with you and also just following your blog and your newsletters, just the recipes and your tips have helped me so much. So please tell us your story.
Yeah, amazing. So I was actually in the corporate world and I was very happy there. I was an HR consultant. I worked in Dubai for 10 years and I was loving what I was doing. I think my mission, my purpose in life is just to help people really become the best versions of themselves. So I was doing it from an HR perspective. But living in Dubai, as some of you may know, is a it's a city of excess. So I was eating out a lot. Michelin star restaurants were popping out everywhere. I was actually drinking a lot, partying a lot, not sleeping enough, like just a recipe for disaster. And it was a disaster. I was pre-diabetic levels. So my blood sugar was out of whack, and that was causing some brain fog. It was causing digestive issues. I was also very tired, and I wasn't feeling good. So I knew I had to do something about it. I saw a functional medicine doctor. We did a bunch of tests. We got to the root cause of what was causing all of these symptoms, right? Because your body doesn't just give you symptoms. There are messages telling you that, hey, something is wrong, right? So by taking the conventional route where they give you sort of meds to mask those symptoms, that's just a band-aid solution. We need to get to the root cause. That's why I love the functional medicine approach. So we got that. We understood that I had way too much mercury, so heavy metals in my system. My blood sugar was out of whack. I was eating and too many processed oils in those restaurants. Even though they're Michelin star, they're still going to use the cheaper oils. So I decided to really take an overhaul of my health, and obviously cooking more at home, not partying as much, sleeping much better, and fuller, nice hours, as well as eating more natural foods, organic foods, not heavily sprayed. So I got all into that. Then I got into yoga, and then yoga, that shavasana, that last 5 minutes, I was like, wow, this is incredible. I want more of this. Got me into meditation, and then the meditation got me into breath work. And then I actually had my mom suffer from depression and anxiety. So I came back to Canada to help her out. And I really did, through a functional medicine approach, once again, that allowed me to say, hey, why don't I do this for a living? I helped my brother-in-law with his migraines. I helped my sister with her PMS issues. And I helped myself with my PCOS. So I had PCOS. I was diagnosed with PCOS when I was 16, and I was told that I was going to live with this forever. The only thing was to actually take birth control, but I refuse to take birth control to regulate my menses as well as to help regulate PCOS. And when I actually did a whole overall with supplementation, nutrition, mindset, yoga, meditation, and breath work, I actually went to go get an ultrasound back in 2019. And to my surprise, not only did I help with my blood sugar, I helped my brain fog, my digestive issues, but I also reversed my PCOS, which is something that people think you got to live with it. So I was in
Rita, sorry
shock.
to interrupt. What is PCOS?
Oh, I'm
Excuse my
so
total
sorry.
ignorance.
No, not at all. I often think that everybody knows. It's polycystic ovarian syndrome. So it's little cysts around your ovaries. It's super common in women, but oftentimes people say that that's it. You're gloom and doom. You're going to live with this. But I was able to reverse it. And that was my aha moment to say, wow, I need to go back to school, get my certification as a nutritionist so I can help as many people as possible, really allow their body to self-heal. Again, I removed all that stuff, the heavy metals. I removed all of the, the lack of sleep. I removed the junk in the food and the GMO food and all that stuff. And so my body, not only did it heal from the blood sugar issues and the brain fog and the digestive issues, but it allowed itself to reverse this condition that many people think that they're stuck with. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Then with the breath work, as you know, my story, when I tell my breath work story, it was my aunt, right? I had my aunt, we lost her after an 11-year battle to cancer. And I created a beautiful meditation and I started breathing the elemental rhythm breathwork experience to that, to the meditation. And I saw visions of her telling me that she's in a better place. So it really helped me to grieve her death.
Love that.
And she actually even, pushed me to to start my podcast finally, because I would tell her all the time. And that's how beautiful, we met and stuff. Right. So it was so fundamental for me that I decided to become a certified elemental rhythm breathwork facilitator, and also now a coach. We use breathwork to help integrate some of the experiences in a coaching sort of platform. So now I'm also a coach and I'm also an educator too. So I can help train other facilitators to become facilitators. So it's just been such an amazing journey. I'm just so happy. Again, I'm here to spread this beautiful modality and other modalities across the world. As you know, I do these in Mexico. I do these online. I'm doing them in Italy again. So I did it in Italy,
brilliant.
In Italian, which was a little challenging, but so I'm going to do it again in October. So yeah, it's been just such a beautiful journey. And I just feel so fulfilled that, I'm really helping people heal themselves, right? I don't consider myself a healer, heal themselves, one breath at a time, one meal at a time. Right. So I'm super happy.
I love that. You're just so amazing. I'm so glad that you came into my life. Like, I'm so thankful. Okay, so who do you serve? Because you answered the other question about why are you doing what you're doing. So who do you serve? Who are your main clients?
Yeah, so it's interesting because it started with a group of women, perimenopausal women. I feel like there's so much out there for women that are going through fertility, infertility, and then there's the menopause group, but there isn't really and it's not really talked about. And it's funny, when you type in perimenopause on a Word document, it gives you like a spelling error. And it's like, no, it's a word. It's not a condition. It's a stage of life that you can actually, a woman can go through 10 to 15 years, can be going through this perimenopausal, I guess, phase, right? So that initially that was my group of women that I was helping, and it was really my programs are for. And I find as time moves forward, I'm gravitating more to the corporate world, but still helping the executive women, but more in a corporate setting, but still encompassing this sort of perimenopausal twist to it. So that's sort of who I'm helping, but that's not to say that my breathwork clients are men. So it's kind of like, it's a tough question because I started with women, but I'm also helping men. But if I were to say, then it would be executive women. Yes.
Oh, okay. Brilliant. Okay. And I mean, I'm not even an executive woman, but I'm a grieving mom, and you've helped me so much. So yeah, I'm so thankful I met you. Okay, so what is the most common advice you give to your clients?
So the most common advice, I love that. I always ask that on my podcast. So the most common advice.
These are some of your own questions.
I
Thank
know,
you.
right? I
You're
recognize
amazing.
them. I recognize them.
Thank
I
you.
think the most, there's so many. Very practical advice.
Mm-hmm.
Drink water, stay hydrated. I think that's the most common. That's yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Thank
The
you.
most simple thing that we can do is just stay hydrated, and everything, it'll improve a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. And one of the best books you've read or listened to?
Yeah, amazing. There's so many. So I think the most recent one, not too recent, that I finished was the Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to look that up. But I've got a list of books that I've got to get to read. And what is the best advice you've ever been given?
Yeah, so many. Best advice is that best advice that I often really fall back on is that don't leave things to the last minute, even though I procrastinate a lot. And if you can do something today that you have to do tomorrow, do it today. Find the time to do it today.
I love that. I love that. I am looking forward to seeing you in Mexico and Playa del Carmen, definitely, but I'm really hoping to see you at the retreat. And I'm really hoping that, you know, some of the moms are going to decide that they actually need your breath work, but even if not, you know, just for other people to get in contact with you. So how will people get in contact with you, Rita, if they want to use your services, just even the breath work?
Yes. And do you want to talk a little bit about the breath work or?
Yes, please.
Yes, because I find if we have time, if that's good.
Yeah, we've got time.
The breath work, as I mentioned, is actually something that's been really such a beautiful modality that I've added to my own personal life, but as well as the feedback that I get from my clients and people that participate in the breath work, such as yourself, are super grateful because it is a really powerful way. I mean, some can compare it to talk therapy and can really collapse some timelines. So things that happen in talk therapy, the breath work can actually expedite that within one session, right? And really a lot of people immediately they find that they release stuck emotions, they release stress, anxiety that we usually keep bottled in, and it's very gratifying in that way, physically gratifying and such a release and letting go. But also because it's very ceremonial, as you know, it's not just breath work. You know, we start with an intention, we set the intention, and the intention can drive the experience or not, but oftentimes it does. And my intention was just to be at peace with my aunt's passing, and that's exactly what it gave me. So it's really cool. I've had other intentions where I wanted to get rid of my Sunday night scaries, and it really did help with that. Or maybe perhaps forgive someone that I want to forgive, or even forgive myself. So we start with an intention, then we do some shaking to really make room for the breath work. Then we go into 6 different types of breathing techniques. And the beauty about these breathing techniques is that you can take them into your everyday life, see what resonates with you, and take them into your everyday life. And these are based on science, right? And then from the actual techniques, we go into a beautiful 3-part meditation. One is gratitude. Then we get into connecting with our inner child, or just sort of a previous younger version of ourselves. And then we go into a beautiful loving ourselves, like really some really cool self-affirmations. And then we go into integrating all of this. So you could really have an incredible experience in 90 minutes and really feel so much lighter, so much more empowered. If your intention is to get some clarity or on problem solving or a decision you need to make, you can really, but maybe sometimes you won't get it right then and there, but you'll, you know, a couple of days later, you'll find this sort of spark of creativity, or maybe have that clarity within 3-4 days later, right? So that's sort of the feedback that I've gotten. And that's why I'd love for your participants of the retreat to really experience this. As you know, it could be so powerful. So yes.
Yeah.
So how can people get in touch with me? Through my website, savoiaselfcare.com. I'm on Instagram as well, Health Happiness Hacker. And on Facebook, it's my name, Rita Savoia, as well as my business page as well. And I do have these breathwork sessions every new moon online. So that's another way to get in touch with me, but you can find all this information on my website and on my Instagram link tree.
Oh, that's fabulous, Rita. Thank you so much. How do you think it helps grieving moms? Because even myself, I didn't actually set an intention, because as a grieving mom, I didn't know, I couldn't even think of an intention to set, except like heal my broken heart. But it hasn't healed the heart, but it has helped me so much.
Yeah, well, for sure, in terms of the intention, if you want to reconnect with your loved one, or even just sort of be at peace with what's happened, you can really ask that through the intention. But I think primarily what's really, and I think we talked about this on our podcast, which I find really interesting, is according to Chinese medicine, grief is associated with the lungs. So really, whether you are strengthening your lungs, because you're definitely doing that through the breath work, or maybe releasing that stagnant energy around the lungs, or that grief that we often hold in our lungs, this could just be an explosion of gratitude and love for yourself, for your family, for the loved one that you've lost, right? So sort of reconnecting with that through the breathing exercise and the breathing experience. So that's sort of how I would associate that with the breathwork experience.
Okay. And who should not do breath work? I mean, is this for everybody? Or what about if I've heard that it can bring up old trauma. Is this?
So that's why it's very, yeah, I mean, that's a great point. It's really, I often find that if you're there and you're called to do it, then it's the right time to do it. But you're right, you need to be called. You shouldn't be forced to do this type of breath work. It's something that really you're being called. That means that your body is ready and you are ready. But we often say that, yes, it can definitely bring up some trauma that maybe you may not be ready to process, but that's why the environment and the space and the facilitator all need to be very professional. You can't just do it. That's why I'm not big on YouTube videos, because they kind of leave you, okay, what's next? So during the integration period and the sharing circle, we can really sort of follow up with what's happened during the breath work as well. But we usually say that if you're pregnant, especially the first trimester, it's not a good idea. If you do have some panic attack, a history of panic attacks, we may tell you not to go as hard during some of the breath of fire that we do. But the beauty of breath work is really there are no side effects, right? There are no side effects to breath work, and that's been proven for sure. But in terms of grieving mothers, then I do it's really a matter, are you ready to receive what may come up for you? Are you strong enough to receive that, right? But the beauty of the breath work as well is you go as hard as you want or not, right? You can either slow down your breath. If you feel a bit of panic coming on, then you just slow down your breath and you're in complete control of the experience as well, right? And a lot of these emotions will subside.
Oh, I love that, Rita. Thank you so much. I am so excited to see you again and do the breath work again when I'm down in Mexico with you. And like I said, I really hope that you get to come to the retreat and share your wisdom with the moms.
Yes,
or the ladies. Yeah,
I would love to participate for sure. As you know, I've always been keen on helping you with this retreat. So I'm super happy, and I'm so happy that you're doing it too. This is a dream of yours as well. So it's beautiful.
Thank you. Well, you've been part of it. So thank you so much, Rita. And I will see you soon. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Ciao. Thank you.